20 questions with
Stewart Strauss.
Stuart. Welcome to 20 questions. How are you?
I'm great, Frank. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm doing good, thanks, Stuart. Yeah, okay. We've got 20 random questions for you, okay? So we'll get going. First one is, what is your favourite film?
Favorite film? I'll go with The Godfather.
Ah, good choice.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have several, but you could pick any of the three or four Francis Coppola did in that period, and I'll be okay with any of them. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Your favourite colour?
blue.
Favourite meal?
Barbecue.
Ah,
Southern style ribs, potatoes, coleslaw, beans. I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for barbecue.
sounds great to me. What inspires you?
Creativity, art.
And when was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried, well, probably in the last week or so. It's hard to say. I mean, it would depend on the thought. Quite often something will pop up about my mother who passed away last year. That might bring a tear or two, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Seeing someone's ill or passed away or whatever. But yeah, fairly recently. So.
Do you like fishing?
Yeah, I've never been a big fan. Can't really say that I have. I lived in the mountains. I lived in Yosemite. I've lived in Lake Tahoe. I've been, beside many, many streams. But sitting around's the hard part for me, So I love to hike. Love to be in the mountains. Love to be near water. It's just the stopping part that gets to me.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not big on fishing.
Tea, coffee, or neither?
Coffee.
Yeah. What was
Coffee.
the?
Even when
Yeah.
I'm ill, it's coffee.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah. Go on, Stuart. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, and I drink it black, and that's my thing. So, an occasional cappuccino, but usually just black coffee.
Yeah. What was the last song you listened to?
Oh, well, this morning I was out walking and have these very earbuds on. I'm using now. It was either I was listening to a live jazz collection, so either Miles Davis, Marcus Miller, or Pat Metheny. They were all three kind of being mixed together,
Ah,
and you can take your pick. Love them all,
yeah, yeah. Do you feel it's important to have regrets?
I certainly have my own, so sure, why not? No one's perfect,
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, so yes, I certainly have regrets. I think if someone says they didn't have regrets, well, it's a little rough. I mean, hopefully you learn from your mistakes and all of that.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I've had regrets. I gave some tickets away last year to a Jeff Beck concert that I'd, been wanting to go to forever. 50th anniversary concert, and I was working on the television program I'm Dying Up Here at the time. I wasn't working on it every day, not even every week, but they wanted me in that day for one thing or another, and work comes first to me, so I just say yes. And, it was kind of a pay it forward for the tickets, but it was a pay it forward. A good friend of mine treated me several years ago to go see The Who at the Staples Center when they were on their Quadrophenia tour, I don't know, 5-6 years ago, whatever it may have been. And so it was a little payback, and I was more than happy I could do that. But do I regret not going and just, saying the heck with it for a day of work for tickets I'd ordered 2 months earlier? Heck yeah, I regret it. Yeah, definitely regret it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
What would be your superpower and why?
What would be my superpower? Well, I already feel like I'm invisible, so I have that covered. Not just kidding, but to fly, just to fly, to be able to soar, to be able to be wherever I wanted to be able to hover over things. From conversations
Yeah,
to whatever it may be. But yes, probably to fly. Superman sort of trait.
yeah, that sounds good. And what is your preferred alcoholic beverage?
Oh, well, to be honest with you, I really don't drink. I mean, I've drank plenty in my lifetime, but I rarely drink. If I'm going to drink, I like a good ale.
Yeah.
I heard Jake on your show say Guinness. Guinness works for me.
Oh, yeah.
Here in California, I'd say my favorite is Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Oh, pale ale, yeah.
Quite different than Guinness, but
Oh, yes.
I like them both. Different tastes.
Yeah. This question, I think you touched upon kind of in earlier, but have you ever climbed a mountain?
Yes, not rock climbing, not technical, not like Half Dome or El Capitan, but I've certainly been up the backside of most of those mountains. I've hiked many times places over the years. Like I say, I lived in Yosemite National Park when I was maybe 20. I did a lot of hiking before and since. Lived in Lake Tahoe for on and off, for 30 years on and off. And I've hiked most places you can get to on foot. Been up high enough in altitude where each step became kind of a major deal. But nothing like Everest or Kilimanjaro or anything like that.
Nothing that grand, no.
But certainly been over. I've certainly been over some of the higher peaks in the high Sierras. And on a regular basis, just hike for because I had to. It's kind of like art. You have to do that. You have to get out in nature too.
Yeah.
It's in your blood. You have to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. What is your favourite animal?
Oh, favorite animal. Well, as for a pet, it would be a dog. Can't beat the loyalty and love of a dog.
Yeah.
But as far as nature and just beauty, I don't know. There's so many. I don't know. I want to say a lion, but there's others. So as far as domesticated animals, it's definitely dogs.
Yeah. The beach or the woods?
The woods.
Yeah.
The woods, without a doubt. I've lived at both. I've lived on the beach a few times and a few nice beaches. But again, I'm not one for laying around. I live at the beach usually for the cool air, the breeze, the girls,
Yeah.
all of that. But as far as like laying out, hardly ever. I live in the mountains. I'm much more active right out my front door usually.
Yeah. Are you afraid of clowns?
Not in the least. No. Not in the least, very little bit.
What is your best quality?
My best quality? Oh, golly gee. I don't know. A lot of people say it's my smile, Some people say it's my eyes, So, I'm on the right track with you there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll just go with popular opinion. How's that?
That sounds cool to me. If aliens landed outside your house, what would be the first thing you'd say to them?
Do you like a bottle of water? Coffee? I'm going to invite them in, most likely.
Oh yeah, I should think so. Yeah. Have you ever eaten a really hot pepper?
Oh yeah. Oh sure I have. I'm not really a fan of anything hotter than a peppercini.
Yeah.
I love peppercini, but you get hotter than that, no thanks. It's going to cause too much. There's too much of an aftermath.
Yes.
So I would say no.
There's a lot of pain involved, yeah.
Yeah.
What country would you like to visit that you haven't already?
Ooh, well, quite honestly, I haven't visited most of it, so I haven't seen much of my own country.
Ah,
I would probably start with Europe, maybe yours, I mean, come to Britain, see Italy, see Spain, I would like to do that. I'd like to go to older, cultures, and most are older than the United States, so, the only places I've really been outside of the U.S. are just more, I've been in the Canadian Rockies, again, mountains and woods. Been through Banff and Jasper, spent some time in Vancouver. Let's see, other than that, Mexico, but never anywhere deep in Mexico. I mean, Ensenada and a little beyond, and really those are almost border towns if you want to get down to it.
mm,
So, I haven't been a whole lot of places. Right here in the U.S., my first choices, because I am a music freak, so I've always wanted to go to New Orleans. I've always, been wanting to go to Austin since Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of brought it to the attention of most of us in the mid-'80s, early '80s. And New York, Chicago.
yeah.
I haven't seen those places. I've been through about as far as Wisconsin from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And that was playing in a band, traveling through places in the middle of the night, and, Sunday morning when, nobody was on the road yet or awake or, anywhere to be found for the most part. That's life on the road in a pop band anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So,
If you had the ability to change one fundamental thing about the world, what would it be?
about the world,
Yeah.
put more love in it,
Oh, without a doubt,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
less greed, less power mongers.
Well, that sounds good to me, Stu, yeah. That is actually all the 20 questions I have for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that went pretty quick.
It
I was
did,
wondering
yeah.
if I could even answer them. So,
Yeah, you answered all of them very well. I'd like to thank you, Stu, for taking the time out to talk to me on here. I do appreciate it.
oh, my pleasure. My pleasure, Frank. It's good to hear your voice.
And I hope you guys enjoyed this recording as well with my guest. And
Yes.
we will be back soon with more 20 questions with. So until then, guys, thank you very much and take care.